Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is, as always, Omnifactory. How are you all doing? I hope you are doing fantastic. You know, you can always let me know. I have a very special announcement. I think that Shh, don't tell anyone. I think I found the prettiest block in the known universe. Oh, look at that. Look at this beautiful block. Oh, it's so pretty. So I've learned that we can make blocks. Oh, is it block of and then at Greg Tech or something like that. These are gorgeous blocks. You can get monazite, mirabilite, things like that. Like, a lot of them make sense where you take the ingots, but you can also do it with very specific powders, the ones that you're supposed to electrolyze down into their elemental forms, base elements, there we go. But some of these, like talc, you can make blocks of talc, and I think that malachite might be the prettiest one. Whoa, that is so pretty. Monazite is pretty cool too. Good shade of green. Yeah, oh, no, never mind. That's a terrible block. It's atrocious. Get it out of here. I don't want to see it anymore. All right. Now, as you can see up here, these are our goals for the day. I'm really after polyethylene because that is going to unlock us even better circuits moving forward. And it's a big quest. Polyethylene right there. So first, we either need the basic distillery or the Distillation Tower. I think we should get both of those and figure out what one we want to use moving forward. But first, we're going to be crafting a few capacitors. The Ender IO specific ones. Here we go. I should have enough for a stack of these beauties. There we go. Quest? Hello? Questy? Where's it at? Why no quest? Octactic. Oh, did I already do that quest? Alright, well, anywho, let's grab some of these. We're going to grab some advanced capacitor banks. I know that's a quest. Ah, where's the sound? Let's try that again with the next quest. Octactic capacitor. There we go. We only got 23 of those. I should get more of them. 1, 2, boom, boom. Place in, grab, nom nom. Awesome. Quest. Octactic. There we go. And the sound's back. That's nice. Alright, and then finally, the creme de la creme of power storage at the moment, vibrant capacitors. Now, these bad boys, they can output 25,000 RF per tick, so we'll probably be using this for our mid-tier base as a power storage device. Right now, we don't really have power storage, we just have these operating with the less efficient, I am aware of it, excitation field limiters. This makes it so that these will not just push out as much energy as they can. They sort of pay attention to the energy needs and adjust accordingly. Now, are these getting charged in my inventory? You bet your britches they are. Ay. Can't go anywhere. Oh, there we go. Not needing to do that. This will waste some energy, but that's okay, no big deal. There we go. We're going to save those for a later date in a chest somewhere. Beautiful. Was there anything else in this little quest area right down there? Some jetpack stuff, but I'm not too worried about that. What I do want to do is try and get down this path right here. Another reason that we're going for polyethylene is for patterns. For auto crafting, we're going to need polyethylene sheets. Along with only tier 3 circuits, so that's pretty painful. We want better tier 3 circuits. Speaking of which, we have I set up a little system to do some auto crafting kind of for us. So if we take capacitors and whatnot, we can put it in this here chest back here, and this is going to use a limited item filter to make this assembler always have exactly what it needs for the basic circuits. And we can also make these fellows, because these use copper wire and resistors, we can just put in electronic circuits and transistors into this guy, and it makes the tier 2 circuits for us. It's very nice, and I'm very happy with it. Now, let's move on to the next room that we're going to be working in, which is this one. This is going to be our fluid room. I already moved all of the machines that I was complaining about last episode up here. Upgraded our tank, so we have a ton of biomass. We have our basic autoclave and things like that, cutting machine, precision stuff. And super exciting is that behind these wall facades, this is MV power on this wall and LV power on this wall. This is not part of our actual like power system as far as what's the one that we have way down here? It's not on this line. We're starting to use dedicated CEFs for rooms, and I think that'll make a lot more sense moving forward. Also, there might be an update coming soon, or if it hasn't already, that new worlds will not be able to do the infinite amp trick that we're doing on the over here. This will soon be illegal. You'll only be able to have 4 amps going through the iron cable instead of having effectively, what is this here? 1236. I have 36 amps of LV power going through here. Not going to be legal much sooner. For much longer. There we go. All right, let's figure out what to do first. We probably want to take a look at the distilleries. Well, it took a moment to get ready for this actually, because to get this stuff, we needed steel rotor. That needed fluid solidifier. We already had that, but steel needed to be melted in a MV fluid extractor. Whole bunch of stuff. Anyway, I think we are pretty much set. We're gonna take some of these HV, our very first ones, motors, toss them into here, and we should be good to go. What do we need? What is it missing? We have rubber. We have medium stainless. We have gold cable, steel screws, steel rotors, medium. Oh, we have... Oh, I see. Well, out they'll pop momentarily. Beautiful. There we go. Ay, ay, ay. Toss these in here. There we go. 4 HV pumps. Now, for the distillation tower, we're going to need the... I believe it's the stainless steel thingamabobber. Where'd it go? Here it is. Clean stainless steel casings. Whew, that's a mouthful. So toss those in there, and then we need the distillation tower itself. This is going to use an MV machine hull, but tier 3 circuits and HV pumps, which is a little bit alarming to me, but that should be all of the bits and bobs that we need for the distillation tower. And then we're going to get our option of the distillation, just basic distillery. Certain ones of these will be useful for certain tasks. I don't need no stinking tower. Well, we have the tower available. Now, as a reminder, should you make this before the MV assembler? No. You should always make the assemblers first. This requires those tier 3 circuits. I just made extras, so we're progressing in a very unique fashion. So we should be ready for ethanol. Let's jump up to the fluid room and figure out what is the best way to get to ethanol. So clicking on ethanol, we could do it in a distillation tower. We can do it with wood vinegar. That's 8,000 wood vinegar to 80 ethanol. Fermented biomass, we get a lot more, again, for 8,000. But biomass itself, 1,000 goes to 700 millibuckets. So, and water, right? So that's why we're going to do it in a distillery anyway. It does seem a little bit silly, but that's okay. We just wanted to have the distillation tower ready for future projects. Let's see. So that's coming out on green. I think we'll want some fluid thingamabobs. Where'd those go? The fluid filters. We want some fluid filters. Can we have some fluid filters, please? Where are they at? There we go. They were in this chest already. Oh, lovely. So, filter. Just one, please. It's so hard to click sometimes. There we go. All right. Filter. Oh, it's on this guy. There we go. Filter. Beautiful. We are going to filter in some biomass. Can we right-click that, please? Oh, yeah. Biomass. Yoink. There we go. Why can't we click from over on this side? That's very silly. So, insert on that. We have our biomass. Now we just need a circuit to allow it to turn into ethanol. That's pretty easy peasy. We'll grab a bunch of these, I think. One of these gets turned into the integrated circuit, and just double checking, ethanol will be on a 0. So that should start functioning. So this will start giving us ethanol from our biomass here, and we'll be able to put that into a pipe of its own, a tank, and then we'll be in good shape. So we will then have ethanol, and ethanol gets combined somewhere to make ethylene. There we go. So now we need sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid has a whole bunch of options. We can make like sulfur trioxide from sulfur dioxide, but I think we're just going to go with the super slow method, which is chemical reactor. We're going to go with sulfur plus water. It takes a long time, so we might make an MV chemical reactor just to reduce that by a bit. But we also get tons of hydrogen, which is going to be fantastic. We'll start dumping that into a nice little tank and get our sulfuric acid. So let's get an MV chemical reactor. And thankfully, we already have an ender chest dedicated to sulfur. This is just being filled up from our deep mob learning setup, so that's pretty fantastic. Just gonna, as always, set up some sort of item conduit to just pop that into here. I don't think that we need to have any sort of limiting factors here, so we're just going to pick a color. I don't know, yellow? Sure, it's kind of yellow. And insert on yellow. There we go, lovely, beautiful, always active. Toss that in there, and it should start functioning. This is going to give us a nice slow trickle of sulfuric acid and hydrogen. How awesome is that, right? Right here is our recipe. Water, sulfur dust, and boom, sulfuric acid, hydrogen. Now, I believe that'll be the 2 fluids that we require. They might need verification, so bucket. We're going to pick up one of these. Yoink. There we go. And one of these. Lovely. The first sulfuric acid popping out there. Ethanol, and is sulfuric acid its own quest? I don't know. Yes, it is. There we go. Diddle-doo! Yay. Oh, that's good. The next bit is polyethylene. So how do we get to polyethylene? Probably with ethylene first. Once again, Distillation Tower is always an option. If we had propane for propene? Is that propene or propane? That's propene, and that's propane. There's a lot of things that we could get ethylene from. So that's why I wanted the Distillation Tower, just to sort of conceptualize that. We're not quite at that point where I think that's viable, but ooh, wood gas can give us ethylene as well. Interesting. Might set that up at some point, though. That is HV power right there, so that's quite a bit. Good stuff coming off of that. Distillation towers, super useful. I just wanted it. It was in the quest line. Should I have made it right now? No. Did I want to? Yes. So let's set up a spot to make some ethylene. We're going to go with the chemical reaction of sulfuric acid plus ethanol, and that's in another NV chemical reactor. This is going to give us some diluted sulfuric acid, which we'll be able to turn back into sulfuric acid in a distillery. Hey, we just got a distillery. Fantastic. We could put it in a distillation tower, but that just gives water, so I don't like that. We'll go with a distillery. I believe that once we pop this right here, verify that this is on always extract on green, we should be seeing this guy fill up with sulfuric acid and ethanol, and we're going to start the slow process of making that stuff. Now it is 60 seconds, that's a bit. We'll probably improve that over time, and then we'll just need a spot to, well, looks like get some more hydrogen. So a tank is coming up. Yoink. There we go. We should have a filter on this before we put that on there. Can I shift click? Is there a way to shift click that? How do we get something up there? Because what else could be coming out on green, right? I wish we could put a filter here ahead of time. No big deal. We'll just pop that down and hope it's hydrogen. That's biomass. Oh well. Filter, pop, right there. Hydrogen. This is slightly a pain in the butt, but that's okay. No big deal. Pop that off. Can we just craft it out? Nope. Gonna have to tank it. I think we have a trash can somewhere around here. Not too worried about getting rid of a tiny bit of biomass. It is just slightly frustrating that we can't set up the filter at from the get-go, but that's no big deal. We should have you up there because this is our fluids room, as you can see. So pop that right down there and ploop. And now that was visually very entertaining with the hydrogen. Nice. Now we're getting the stuff we need. There is our ethylene. Let's get a bucket to confirm its acquisition, and should be in good shape. Yoink. Bucket. Fantastic. So that's our ethylene. Now we need to be able to turn that into polyethylene, which is going to either be oxygen or air with our ethylene. We could be adding some crazy stuff, but we don't have access to that yet. So we're going to stick to just the oxygen recipe right here. Now, oxygen comes from all sorts of things. I was getting it from just... What was I getting it from? I think I was processing some rubies. Ruby, where are you at? Ruby dust right here had some oxygen in it, along with a whole bunch of other things was giving me oxygen, but I wanted chrome. So I had a setup right here. Really cool thing is that silicon dioxide has oxygen in it, right? Dioxide, and silicon dioxide comes from stone dust. Stone dust comes from our system down here. So this chest right here represents a massive quantity of oxygen, and we can always make more of it just by grinding up stone. How neat is that? I did not know that we could use this as an elevator. Fascinating. All right, so here is our oxygen. We're gonna toss that up here, and we need to set up a spot to make polyethylene. So once again, that is, that's in an LV chemical reactor for a change. Nice. All right, this time I set up the filter by separating our cables right here. We should be able to click right there, and now it should be able to get a little bit of the fluids, assuming that this guy is on always active and this one is on always active. There we go. This guy should be filling with ethylene and oxygen, and out comes our polyethylene. Woohoo! This stuff is going to basically unlock the future for us. It's going to be super critical. We'll probably set up a better system for it at some juncture, but for right now, this will do nicely. How much does it take to make that? Ethylene only 144? That's good, and a little bit of extra polyethylene comes out because we're using oxygen, not air. Oh, that is so fantastic. Just need a bucket of that and we'll be done with this, ethylene and polyethylene. How fantastic is that? Polyethylene, of course, unlocking the plastic sheets and eventually auto crafting patterns. This is going to basically allow us to do anything we want in this game, and I'm definitely going to be setting up auto crafting so quickly. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, looking forward to it. Here we go. There is our polyethylene. Wherever that bucket is, there's the quest complete. Cool. Now, once again, there are certain things that just require polyethylene, like SMD parts. These are going to be critical for moving forward, and they require polyethylene in an assembler, and it's going to be an MV assembler, right? So that's what we really needed our tier 3 circuits for. We're going to be making an advanced assembly machine, and then having a system that can craft us these SMD parts. Polyethylene, what is this? Thin silicone, thin polyvinyl chloride. Ugh, that's a mouthful. But these guys, yeah, they're going to make us some much more effective circuits. Ooh, like this one, right? Third and final tier 1 circuit. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good right there. Tin alloy, cool. Plastic sheets, I believe those need polyethylene sheets and sulfuric acid, right? These are going to be what we're making future boards on circuits. Oh, that is fantastic. I'm so excited. Now, it would be kind of sad to make the Distillation Tower item, but then not the actual Distillation Tower. So let's quickly do that. Not that we're actually going to use it right now, but that's okay. Oh, no, the bottom one needs to be the fluid input hatch, I believe. Right? There we go. And then we'll just have some more energy right there. And what is the rest of this? We have an output bus, energy input. Okay. Everything, I think, should make relative sense. Sometimes there are recipes that have items come out. So that's why we have a output bus right there. The rest of them, however high you go, it'll be fluid output hatches, like so. I guess we'll go that tall. And then just sort of wrap it around, right? The inside is hollow. So the rest of it is self-explanatory, I think, right? Place, place, place. Lovely. That block on the outside is okie dokie. And if I built it correctly, that should form, and there we go. So that's like an example of a 4 output distillation. For example, let's find one that might work for that. This is a 1, there's a 3, there's a 4. So if we were doing steam cracked butane, we would need something of this shape because there's 4 fluid outputs, and it does have to be at only 1 per layer. It could be here, it could be here. I put it there. That seems to work. It could be out here if you wanted to have it nice and sleek. We'll probably be setting up a whole bunch of these soon, but for now, this is probably going to have to do. Oh yeah, we definitely need a lot of fluid storage, and I need to enchant all those bad boys so that we can have all sorts of tanks everywhere. We are building up a small polyethylene tank right back here. I should actually yoink that and put it right here for right now, so that we can get the picture. Now, this pipe up here is purely decorative, so just leave it alone, okay? I think it's pretty. All right, I hope that you've enjoyed this very haphazard episode of Omnifactory. Fluids are a strange thing, okay? So you just kind of have to bumble your way through the fluids. It seemed to be that way in interactions, and so far, Omnifactory is no different. We'll probably set up a factory that's more dedicated to polyethylene in the future, but for right now, we're just getting what we need. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Bye-bye! Hee hee! This has been Creeta playing Omnifactory. Bye!